So yes, it's here. All the rumours that we talked about earlier on this channel. We even did a whole podcast episode on what this year in gaming handhelds is going to be. And we talked about the Lenovo Legion Go S and the potential of it having Steam OS and beating Asus to the market. They were absolutely right. We now have it confirmed. We've seen it. It's here. The Lenovo Legion Go S, the first handheld not made by Valve to be powered by Steam OS. Amazing. This is a kind of watershed moment, a landmark, an exciting time to be in gaming. Lenovo have announced, well, they actually announced 3. I was going to say 2. They announced 3 and it gets confusing. So sit tight, strap in and bear with me because it's a long one. There's 3 handhelds announced by Lenovo. We've got 2 variants of the Lenovo Legion Go S, and they showed the prototype for the Go 2 as well. I'll come to the Go 2 at the end. Start with the Go S. The 2 variants are Steam OS and Windows OS. Now, the Windows OS one comes out first, Windows 11. That's going to be, pre-orders are available now in January, so you'll be able to get it very soon. The Steam OS version is coming in May. Both can have the same specs, but there's lots of variations within that as well. Lenovo have done, I'm going to be honest, a pretty poor job at communicating every spec and variation that's available. It's a little bit confusing. I think they probably should have taken a leaf out of Valve's book and made kind of one version of each, one spec version, just to make it easy to follow. This is what it is, and this is the price. I'll go and I'll buy it, and I know what I'm getting. But anyway, they haven't. So let me go through what they've got. The Go S is going to have an 8-inch 1920 by 1200, so a 16 by 10 ratio display. It's 120 hertz VRR. That's amazing to see. We know we love the VRR display on the Asus ROG Ally X, and so to see it here as well is great. Like I said, SteamOS or Windows 11. It has the 2240 SSD included, but you can upgrade that yourself. It's very easy to upgrade yourself to the 2280 NVMe drives. So that's good to see that you can do that. You've got the Ryzen Z2 Go chip as one of the options, and that is exclusive to Lenovo, I believe. Or you can have the Z1 Extreme version. Go for the Z1 Extreme version. It's better on paper. Up to 32 gigabyte of RAM, a 55.5 watt hour battery. I have to say, that's disappointing. I said it before, said it when I was kind of taking shots at Acer for the Nitro Blaze. A 55 watt hour battery today is just not enough. Sure, it's going to be better than it is on the Acer one with that 11-inch screen, but 55 watt hours, when you compare it to what Asus are offering with 80 watt hours, it's just not enough. It needs to be bigger than that. So that's disappointing to see. If you're always gaming next to your power socket, then you don't have a problem with it. That's fine. But if you are taking this out and about like it's designed to be, I don't think 55 watt hours is going to cut it. But anyway, you do have Hall effect sticks on it, which is awesome to see. An absolutely tiny, tiny weenie. A tiny touchpad on the right hand side, 2 USB 4s on the top, and trigger stoppers as well, which is cool to see. The Steam OS one comes in black and looks a lot like a Steam Deck when you're using it. The Windows one only comes in white. Now, the pricing of the Go S is a little unclear. It's almost as unclear as the specs variations are confusing with this. The Windows 11 version is launching in January, and some press releases say it's $730, some don't. It's unclear, and I'll come to this in a second. May we have to wait for the Steam OS one, and that's starting from $499. Although on the Lenovo site, literally just before I started recording this video, you can pre-order the Windows 11 version with 16 gigs of RAM and the Z2 Go processor for £600. So that suggests to me that's the baseline model available with Windows 11, and you can get it for $600. So who knows? We'll become clear, I'm sure, as these variants come out and are available to order. But right now in the UK, it looks like it's actually starting from £600, which is quite expensive for what we're getting here. I've said it a few times. It's just confusing. It feels like almost Lenovo had some good ideas, a bunch of good ideas, and they decided to just do them all. Let's try and cater for everyone with this thing. When I think, in truth, the real win of the Steam Deck and why that was so successful to such a broad base of players is that it was so simple to understand. I'm buying the Steam Deck. It's this version. It's got this size storage on it. It's very easy for us console gamers to get that. We don't want to necessarily dig into the weeds on what processor, what's the APU going on inside. We don't do that from the console space. So it appealed to a broader base, and it was simple to understand that I'm just going and buying this device. What Lenovo have done here is literally the complete opposite, with different variations, different processors, different RAM configurations, different storage configurations, different operating systems. They should have just had a Windows 11 one and a SteamOS one and stuck with it. This is what you're getting. And it would have been much easier to understand. But maybe you're wrong. Maybe choice is what we all want. But I think if you're going to appeal to broader than just PC gamers with this, you're probably offering too much choice, if that's possible. So you watched all of that news story and you're thinking, God, I want to see some more of that guy laughing at himself. Well, you're in luck, because the full 128KB news video is linked right here for you right now. It happens once a week over on 128KB, so click on it now, go over there and then write a little comment underneath saying, hey AJ, I like it when you're laughing at me. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but go over there now and I'll see you there.